everyone, Milkman234 here, and welcome to another Forgotten Media Christmas special, where I dig up some stuff on the island of forgotten Christmas specials. And this year I felt like doing a little redecorating for this episode, showing off my own Christmas tree and different room that has a lot better lighting than what I'm usually used to. But anyway, speaking of Christmas, it's that time of year to rewatch some good old Rankin and Bass Christmas films. You know it can't be Christmas without watching at least one of their films, whether it be Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, or Santa Claus is Coming to Town, which is my personal favorite. For this year, I rewatched The Little Drummer Boy, which is very interesting. Compared to their other classics with talking snowmen, reindeers with light bulbs for noses, and all that other kind of fantasy stuff, Drummer Boy is very different. It was more serious than the others, since it centers around a boy and his animal friends encounter various people and then later find themselves in Bethlehem, witnessing the birth of Jesus Christ. Sure, we have animals as the boy's friends, but they don't really talk. They act like regular animals, for the most part. There are a few comedic moments here and there, and even some darkness when we learn about the drummer boy's past and how his family was murdered by bandits. When I was young, this was my least favorite out of the Rankin and Bass collection, but over time I've grown to appreciate it more, and it's a nice change of pace from what they usually do with their colorful fantasy films. So yeah, most people know about the Little Drummer Boy film. Well, I bet most of you didn't know that there was actually a sequel. That's right, The Little Drummer Boy Book 2, a stop-motion television special that was once again made by Rankin Bass, and first released on December 13th, 1976. Almost 10 years after the first film was released. Despite the name, it's very odd that they decided to make a sequel to this film. But then again, this was the same year they decided to make sequels to their other classics, such as Frosty's Winter Wonderland and Rudolph's Shiny New Year. The story to this film picks up where the last film left off, Aaron the drummer boy and his animal friends, Baba, Samson, and Joshua, witnessing the birth of Jesus Christ. After playing his drum solo, they travel with one of the three kings, Melchior, to retrieve some special bells from a bell maker named Simeon. He has made them specifically for this day and are made out of pure silver. While they're on their way to meet him, a gang of tax collectors barge into his home and take the bells for their boss. Now it's up to Aaron and his friends to get them back before the night is over. I feel like this film is a lot shorter than the previous film, because in the first film it was all about Aaron dealing with his hatred against humanity and going from Jerusalem to Bethlehem, meeting all kinds of different people along the way, and in the end he overcomes his hatred against humanity. In the sequel, however, it's like, oh no, a bunch of bells have been stolen, let's go get them! And that's it. The models look more smoother than the previous film, but it still has some of that good old stop-motion charm. Greer Garson reprises her role as the narrator, while everybody else from the previous film are voiced by new actors. There aren't that many original songs in this film. Most of the time it's just the Little Drummer Boy song and Do You Hear What I Hear. The only original song that's in this special is sung by the tax collectors, simply called Money, 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 and it does have a nice beat to it. The main villain Brutus, along with his sidekick Plato, bears some similarities to the villains from the last film, Ben Hadamad and Ali. The only difference is that Hadamad always desires for gold or silver, while Brutus doesn't have much interest in the silver bells since he's just doing his job. Yeah, feels a little bit lazy when they decide to just rehash villains like that for sequels. As I said before that the story feels short, but it does have its moments. When Aaron and his friends find the tax collectors, it turns out they're planning to melt the bells into bricks to try and lighten the load or something. But all the nearby wood is damp, and so what do? They take Aaron's drum and make a fire by rubbing his sticks together and light the drum on fire. It can be a bit heartbreaking, especially when the tax collectors hold him down and is forced to watch his only possession being destroyed. But other than that, that's about it for The Little Drummer Boy Book 2. It's an okay film. If you really liked watching The Little Drummer Boy back in the day, then you'll probably enjoy this one. I'm pretty sure they rarely showed this film as part of the 25 Days of Christmas on television. But if you're looking for a home video release, there is a VHS version and a DVD version that was bundled with some of Rankin and Bass's lesser-known Christmas specials. And that's all I really have to say about this film. I wasn't really a fan of The Little Drummer Boy, and I think the sequel is just okay. It certainly is one of the more obscure films from the Rankin and Bass collection, but it's definitely not one of the weirdest ones. That goes to Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. Well, that wraps up this episode of Forgotten Media. So this is Melting Man 234 saying Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and all that jazz. Well, there weren't that many funny outtakes for this episode, so instead I decided to show off my own personal Christmas tree, because I always wanted to do a video showing off my own ornaments, but I might as well do it now before I forget. Hey, anyway, the thing with me is that it's always been a tradition that I always put up my personal Christmas tree right here, as well as we have our usual family Christmas tree, but yeah, here's mine. Full of a lot of ornaments. Obviously, a lot of them are Nightmare Before Christmas, like a lot of these old Hallmark ornaments, and oh yeah, there's Rainbow Dash. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, because yes, I'm a brony, and yeah, I've already talked about it in a tag video I made years ago, but yeah. So that was something I got last year, and here's something I got recently, this little Pinkie Pie ornament. Aww. Too bad they haven't done Fluttershy yet, she's my favorite. But yeah, it's a lot of really old ornaments, like this SpongeBob ornament, and these NECA Nightmare Before Christmas ones, like, these are, like, really rare. They were made, 10 years ago to celebrate the film's 10th anniversary. Well, not 10 years ago, but around the 10th anniversary. But yeah, they're scattered all over the tree. I'll try and show off as much as I can. Like, oh yeah, here's a good one. This was always my favorite, the pumpkin in the box. But yeah, these are, like, super rare. I mean, good luck trying to find them anywhere on eBay. Other than that, I have the usual, you know, NECA, not NECA, the Hallmark NBC ornaments that I have all over this tree. And let me see if I can find my, oh yeah, here's my favorite. The Jack opening up the door to Christmas Town, yay. And then besides that, there's also a few custom-made ornaments I made years ago. Like this one right here. It's a gray ornament with a black J on it. Yeah. Apparently I was trying to be a bit creative when I was younger, or I had issues. I'll take the latter. Anyway. Aside from that, there's also the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse ornament. That was a cute little one. There's Yoda up there. Yeah, use the Force, Obi-Wan. Well, yeah, a lot of nostalgic ornaments and a couple of funny ones, like my Jeff Dunham ornaments, like good old Ahmed the Dead Terrorist. Yeah, Merry Christmas, I kill you. But yeah, this is all I gotta show off. Just my own personal Christmas tree that I usually put up every year. And oh yeah, here's a bonus. It's a kitty. Hey, kitty. Oh yeah, this is my sister's cat Willa that we're taking care of while my sister's in Japan. But yeah, that's all I got to show. I'll just end with this cat pestering me, because yeah, she just loves attention. But anyway, yeah, that's it for this video. Happy holidays and all that jazz, and hopefully I'll be getting ready to prepare for the 75th episode special.